The Prodigal Son.
The prodigal son is a famous parable taken from the Bible. Parables are short, simple stories that teach a moral lesson. The Bible has many parables which sum up the teaching of Jesus and the prophets in a way that everyone can understand.
A rich farmer had two sons who worked with him on his farm. One day, the younger son said to his father,
When you die, half of everything you own will be mine. Give it to me now so that I can go off and have a good time.
The father loved his son and did not like to see either of them unhappy. So he counted his money and gave half of it to his younger son. A few days later, the son packed his belongings and bags of gold. Mounting his horse, he waved goodbye to his father and brother and set off. After traveling for many months, he reached a foreign country. Deciding to stay there for a while, he spent some of his gold on a large and splendid house. He spent his gold on clothes for himself and on presents for his new friends who seems to like him. He thought that gifts would make them like him even more. He invited all his new friends to his house for feast, which sometimes went on all night. There was always lots of good food, music, and dancing. Spending so freely, his gold was soon over. In less than 2 years, he had to go to moneylenders for more gold. Soon, he had to sell up his house to pay his debt. He had no money and nowhere to live. He asked his friends for help, but they just laughed and called him a fool. Unhappy and alone, he tried to earn money to buy food. But there was a drought in the country as it had not rained for months. The crops were burned by the sun and the people were starving. He searched everywhere for work. The only wage the farmer paid him was a small plate of food every day. One day, when he was lying on the hard ground, he thought of his home and his father who loved him. He remembered that his father's servant lived in a comfortable houses, had plenty to eat.
How many of my father's servants have more than they need,
He said to himself.
while here am I dying for hunger. I will go back to my father and say, Father, I am no longer worthy to be your son. Let me come home and be treated as one of your servants.
The young man stood up and set up for home. It was a very different journey from the one he had made 2 years before. Although he was dirty, barefoot, and ragged, his father recognized him. Overjoyed, the old man ran to meet his son.
Father,
Cried the young man.
please forgive me.
The old man threw his arms round his son and kissed him. Then he said to a servant,
Fetch my best robe for him. Bring shoes for his feet and ring for his finger.
another servant he said,
We must hold a feast to celebrate this great day. For my son was dead and is alive again. He was lost and has been found. Invite all my friends and neighbors so that they may share my joy.
That evening, the elder son who had been working in the fields came. He asked a servant why music and song were heard from the house. When he heard that his father was celebrating his younger brother's return, he was upset. He told the servant to ask his father to come up to him. His father came at once and greeted his son joyfully.
Your brother has come home. Come and join the feast.
The elder son replied angrily,
Why should I, father? I have worked faithfully for you, but you have never given me a young goat, so that I could invite my friend for a meal. Yet the moment my brother comes home after wasting your money and making a fool of himself, you invite everyone to a feast? No, I will not come in.
The father felt deeply sorry. He understood why his elder son was so bitter and jealous.
My son, you are always with me, and I have always loved you. But please try to understand how I feel today. You are a good son, and I have no reason to fear losing you, as I did in the case of my younger son. He was lost and has been found. I've got a son back, and you a brother. Forgive him his foolishness and welcome him back.
The elder brother understood the wisdom of his father's word. Both father and son embraced each other and went into the house to rejoice.
The main message of the prodigal son is greed, selfishness, and excessive love for material things can make us betray those who have shown much love and care toward us.